Back here at Lee Valley Velodrome. I've done many a lap here, many a lap in 2014 and 15, training for the hour record. So I'm very familiar with the black line here. I didn't do the attempt here, this is where Wiggins did his attempt, but I'm here in a training session ahead of the London 3-day, partially from a panic around fitness, and the other part for a panic around the amount of riders turning up and how little track I have done. I did Good Friday, which went well, all things considered. And before Good Friday, the last time I'd ridden in a bunch on the track was about 2014, which I didn't tell the commissaires at the time. They were mostly concerned with my wheels, especially the front wheel. So we're here to do a training session. And when I say the riders turning up, there is a stacked field now. Pretty much anyone that you saw winning anything at the Olympics is coming to the London 3-day. Just been told Cat Ferguson's coming, who's obviously just doubled up on his Movistar rider, track world champ and time trial and road world champ. Ethan Vernon, who's Olympic. I'm partnered with Owain Doull, an Olympic champ. Ethan Vernon and just a bunch of other, the Consonis, both Simone and his sister, Chiara Consoni, who's Olympic Madison champ. Yeah, so I'm scared. Genuinely quite scared. So we're here just doing a bit of a training session behind the Derny, just making sure I really got a feel for things. I will talk you through my bike a little bit because we haven't done that. This is a BT Ultra. The reason I have a BT is I always wanted one when I was a kid, so I got one. They did me a really nice deal on it. It's a size 61. The sizings of them are a little bit different to what I'm used to normally. So it's a tiny head tube. It really is tiny. Quite a lot of stack and a pointy uppy stem. I've got the Aero Coach bars just there. I've been offered the Vision track bars, which also look very nice. They got one of the little hooks. Head Jet 180 wheels, front and rear, which commissaires don't like, accept, but don't necessarily like. I'll just turn around. We have the Veloflex Record tyres, mainly because they probably won't puncture here, and I think they would do just about anywhere else. The Speedplay pedals, Aero Coach Atten chainring in size large, and Shimano sprocket, not a gold sprocket because I don't have the right size in gold from my hour record doings. Latex inner tube in the tyres, and a Wove V8 saddle, which I sit roughly here on. So yeah, there we go. That's the setup. It's really pretty. When it's not being ridden around the track, it sits pride of place in my games room at home, and sometimes I just look at it. It's really nice. Right, so halfway through the day, first session, and I'm okay. I'm behind the Derny for, well, what felt like an age and was probably in reality 10 minutes or so. I was having to take a few laps out. I reckon I was doing about 10 to 20 laps on and then one track lap out. It's so the Derny could lap you. And afterwards I was like, I'm in trouble here. I don't think I'm as close to the back of the Derny as I could be, but I'm also not far off. But it was mainly, I was hurting quite a lot. It was actually, the pedal stroke didn't feel natural. I didn't feel like I was cruising, resting, with my legs obviously kicking over. But in the end, Tony, chap on the Derny, said that we were doing 65k an hour. And I know we were going quick because I was looking at this clock here for very rudimentary lap times, knowing that our record, first hour record was 17-second laps, second hour record was 16, well, wanted it to be 16 threes, it was actually 16 fours and fives, which is 54.5 kilometers an hour. And that was obviously on the black line, and we were between red and blue line. So for those of you that, black line is at the bottom, red's a bit further up, blue is almost halfway up to the banking, top of the banking. We were doing 15-second laps. So, and Tony said we were doing 65k an hour. Now the National Derny Championship, so there is a race that involves a bunch of guys sat behind, each having a Derny. How they communicate is beyond me, and fastest pairing of Derny and rider over the line wins. And that was run at an average speed of 62 kilometers an hour. So it's not quite as bad as we thought. It's not quite as bad as we thought. You know, I'll be all right. Hopefully. Training part of the day is done. About an hour of bike riding. It was a 20-minute block at like between 55 and 60 kilometers an hour. 3 of them, and that's Ganna's in trouble. But the key thing is the motorbike in front of me. Yeah, in equal parts confident and concerned. But certainly that second run I was much more relaxed. I kind of locked my elbows out, so I wasn't having to prop myself up in the bankings as much with the G-forces. So yeah, we've just got to do a little bit of filming. So this is behind the scenes, I guess. A little bit of filming for the 3-day. As you can see, these are the... If you are coming, and if you haven't picked seats yet, these seats here are great on either side. There. Because for the marathons, that's where the riders stop, and usually the riders, they have a good chat to whoever's in the first few rows where they're stopped. So if you want to have a chat to riders, that's where you sit. But alternatively, the banking seats with these new clear barriers that are here, the banking seats become a whole lot better there, these ones, because you're literally looking down the 45 degrees or 44 degrees 3 of the banking, which is a hell of a viewpoint. Those are your prime seats, but then obviously up top you're getting a real good view of the racing. Like up here, you're getting a real good overall view, of helicopter view of the racing, and that's the stadium. I think these new clear barriers are really going to improve the viewing. Anyway, I'm being summoned. Quick interview to camera, and then we are going to go home.